After all this time, I have finally found out who Dr. Xenon's real identity is. And that person is... Oh god, not again. Hello Internet, and welcome to Game Theory. This is actually my second TDX theory, and my first theory talked about why you suck at TDX. Today, I'm here to talk about some new details found in Endless Mode, which involves stuffing humans into robot suits, which I bet you guys have heard a lot of before. In Endless Mode, there are many various bosses that you fight throughout the waves, and one of the waves that interests me the most is Wave 60, with a boss called Eradicator Mark 1 Custom. So, what's so special about this boss? Well, when the boss loses its shield, it becomes broken down and its face helmet gets exposed. If you look closely at the face, you can clearly see a human or a zombie controlling the Eradicator suit, with the flesh removed and the eyes replaced by robotic implants. What does this mean exactly? Well, it could mean that Dr. Xenon has been making humans or zombies to pilot the Eradicator suits to fight the GDA. If you didn't know what the GDA is, it stands for the Global Defense Army and is basically the organization that you, the player, are in that fights against the enemies. Now, for the Eradicators themselves, I actually think that all of them are controlled by humans, and I'll explain why. My first reason is that if you compare the body scaling of the Eradicators to a Roblox avatar, you can clearly see that both of them match the same avatar size. Well, there is an exception for Eradicator Mark 4 because he's a little bit bigger, but maybe he's just a big person in real life. My second reason on why all the Eradicators are humans, or that their screams sound so human-like. Here, take a listen. It's obvious that not all of these sounds that the Eradicators make sound like humans, but they sound close enough. Plus, the screams or sounds could be amplified due to them being in robot suits. My third reason on why the Eradicators are humans is that just look at the way they move. Don't the movements look human-like? A good example of this is Eradicator Mark 4, where his movements are very human-like, just like how a Roblox character's walking animation is moved. Even the way he trips before he dies is very human-like. But for my last reason, which I think would convince you that the Eradicators are humans, is that if you reach a certain wave in Endless Mode, then you can get Eradicator skins for John and Juggernaut. Obviously, the base levels of these skins are humans, which is already a clue, but if you look closely, you can see the GDA logo on the armor. Now, why would the GDA have prototype suits of the Eradicators? Didn't Dr. Xenon make all the Eradicator suits in the first place by herself? Well, if we look at the TDX Endless Mode trailer, we can see that the GDA army is just relaxing in this bunker until Apex Predator and the Eradicators break in through the gates. Now, this bunker that the army is in is actually a map in the game called Assembly Line. What is a big clue about this map is that if you look upwards, you can see giant Eradicator parts hanging on top of the building. So, what do we know about this? Well, this could be the place where the GDA builds Eradicator armor like for Juggernaut or John, or it could be the place where Dr. Xenon used to work for, building these Eradicator suits before becoming the main antagonist. Now, with all the information we have gathered, my theory is that Advisor and Dr. Xenon used to be working partners in the GDA, hence Advisor knowing a lot about Dr. Xenon. They both built Eradicator suits together as weapons to defend the GDA. But one day, Dr. Xenon decided experimenting on real humans to make the Eradicators stronger and smarter. Obviously, the Advisor did not like this and both of them had a falling out, which eventually made Dr. Xenon turn on the GDA and became their enemy. With both of their knowledge about the Eradicators, the GDA turned the suits into armor for the towers, while Dr. Xenon turned them into deadly weapons, with humans piloting them. And that, my friends, is my theory on the story of TDX so far. All of this could just be a stretch, but hey, always remember, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.